Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 117 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. Today is Saturday, June the 25th, 2022. I can't believe we're almost at the end of June already. Time flies so fast. Anyway, I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by to see what I have to ramble on about. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to see what I've been up to in the past week. If you haven't done so yet, I would love it so much if you would like this video, share it with someone, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, all those things. I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, so it's a hot summer day here. Oh, it's warm. Anyway, I complain about the heat until it gets cold and then I'm happy. Anyway, so I've got a lot of progress done this week. I've got a goodly bit of work done on my shawl, mystery shawl that I was working on. And I did cast on the pair of socks that I told you about last week. And I have a fair little bit of progress done on those. So without further ado, I'll show you what progress I've made this week. So the socks I'm working on that I started since I talked to you last week, they are the Super Sock World Championship Lap 1 High Octane socks. I think I have all the words there. Anyway, they are the socks or the high octane pattern for lap 1 in the Super Sock World Championship competition that's running over on Ravelry. And I opted for the high octane socks, and the pattern is called Barley Corn, and it's a pattern by Eva Romagen. I'm still not sure if I'm saying that properly. I hope I am. If I'm not, I'm sorry. So I am using my own hand-dyed yarn for this. It's just kind of a combination of yellow with some orange, darker yellow and greenish patches and a tiny bit of blue flecked in here and there. And I have managed to get tangled up, first of all. They're top down, and I've managed to do the cuffs on each. I finished one repeat of the leg on the first one, and I'm about halfway through, 2/3 of the way through. Yeah, about halfway through the leg, the first repeat on the leg of the second sock. And I'm enjoying the pattern. It's a nice little lace pattern, and I'm enjoying it. It's not a complicated lace pattern. It's nice. My only concern with these is that for them to remain regulation socks, I need to do 2 repeats on the leg, plus then there's the heel. And for my fat legs, that's probably going to be too long based on the give that they have. So I am seriously considering doing what they call parking this round and not actively competing in this round, because I would rather start the heel flap and the heel building up the gusset now versus in another 2-3 inches. So I haven't decided 100% on that, and I have not worked on these since Tuesday. So I worked on them after I talked to you. I cast them on after I talked to you on last Saturday. Worked on them. This is my progress from my knitting time on Sunday and Monday. And I like the way the yarn with the kind of speckles and splotches, I like the way it's working up. I think that I like the yarn. I have no idea which colors I used to create this. and I doubt I could recreate it. But I'm loving the way it's turning out. I'm using 2.25 millimeter Chiaogu on a far too long cable. I ordered the wrong length of cable, and these things are half a mile long. I think they're the 47-inch. They're too long. But I love the needles, so I will put up with it. So those are my Barley Corn socks. I'm going to possibly later today, probably not till tomorrow, I will get back at them. And I will work on these all days, all my spare time on Sunday and Monday. And then the next Miss May clue comes out on next Tuesday. So as soon as I get that clue, I'll be back to working on the shawl. So far I'm hoping to keep up with the shawl pattern and stay on pace with it week by week as we get each of the clues. So far I'm doing that, but it's leaving me with less time for working on my socks. Which is another thing with the socks, is that this particular round or lap I think finishes the 29th of June, which is not that far away. So it's quite unlikely that I'll be able to finish them doing another full repeat on the legs and then the heel, all the way through the heel and the foot, because it's patterned all the way down. I think I'm kind of very seriously considering modifying the pattern so it's only one repeat on the leg, and then setting myself in park for this particular round. Come back in a week and see what I've decided. But I'm very, very seriously leaning towards moving on, or just modifying them and making the leg a little bit shorter so that I get to enjoy wearing them myself. So that's my one new work in progress this week. I've had a second project that I've been working on since Tuesday. So any of my spare time from Tuesday till now has been spent working on my Miss May Shawl mystery knit along. And this is a mystery pattern by Helen Stewart, and I am loving this knit. I am using, I didn't bring the yarn with me. I'm using Cloudborn. Yeah, I had it folded up and stuffed inside the skein I'm using right now. So it's the Cloudborn Fibers Highland Superwash Sock Twist. And the pattern calls for us to use 4, you can do it all in one color or 4 different colors. I opted for doing 4 different colors, and I'm using the darker brown, which is Stone Heather. I'm using a light brown or a tan color, which is I can't remember what kind of heather that one is. I should have written these down to tell you them properly. Ocean and Lagoon are the 2 greeny bluish colors that I'm using. Is it ash heather? Does ash come in heather? I don't know. Taupe heather, that's it. Taupe heather. I should have made myself some notes. Anyway, I am using those 4 colors, and I'm almost done the 3rd clue. I have 3 rows left to do, which is almost 1,000 stitches. So I'm filming this a little bit later in the day because I was trying to get the 3rd clue finished before I film. But it's not going to happen. So that's fine. And with this pattern, the clues come out each day on Tuesday. So when I get up Tuesday morning, the pattern has, the newest clue has appeared sometime during the night when I've been snoring. So it's ready for me to continue working on it beginning on each Tuesday when I get out of bed. So it's been fun working on this. I've absolutely loved working on this pattern. It's been such a pleasure to work on. And it has a nice rhythm to it. It's not overly complicated, but it looks, I just love the way it looks. So before I show it to you, I just want to let you know there's a spoiler alert. If you do not want to see the pattern or do not want to see what it looks like, if you're farther behind than I am, or just haven't got to this point yet and don't want to see what it looks like up to this point, I will put a timestamp up here and let you know what time it's safe to come back and not have the mystery of the mystery knit along spoiled for yourself. So, final warning, I'm going to be showing this in just a couple seconds. Ready? All right, here we go. So it's a major scrunchy bunchy pile of fabric right now, but this portion from the green up is the third clue. So it's a bunch of these really pretty little leafy patterns, and then you switch back to the fourth color, color D, and that section is only, I think, 6 or 8 rows. 8 rows? And I've done 3 or 4. I'm almost halfway through that clue, or that part of that clue. So it starts with this brighter, I've got a brighter blue, that's Lagoon, then Taupe Heather. Those two are the first clue. The second clue was the Ocean and Stone Heather. These two sections was clue number 2. And now clue number 3 is this green plus the last little bit of the color D again, the Stone Heather. It's kind of hard to see where it's all kind of scrunchy bunchy, but that's where we're at with this. So I'm almost done the third clue, and it's safe to look back again now. So if you were averting your gaze, the coast is clear, it's safe to look back. I'm just talking about it now. So, and I forget what I was gonna say. Anyway, as I mentioned, I've really been enjoying working on this project. So I hope to have clue number 3 finished tonight. As I said, I think I only have 3 more rows to go. I think. Maybe 3 or 4 rows to go. So it's not a lot of rows left to do. So I'm hoping I can get that finished today, and then I can get back onto my Barley Corn socks tomorrow on Sunday, but we shall see. So I'll work on Barley Corn until, once I finish clue 3, I'll get back to Barley Corn, work on that until the 4th clue comes out on Tuesday morning. I think that's the 28th. Yeah. Anyway, so that's where I am with my knitting this week. I've worked on 2 projects. My poor Empress sweater, my Empress top, has not seen any love for ages. It's been neglected. I'm thinking that 2 whips is a good number for me. 3, somebody gets neglected, especially if it's one where I'm trying to keep pace and trying to get a certain amount done in a specific amount of time. So I'm thinking I might try to stick down to only 2 whips in the future, but I probably won't stick with that. It's too tempting to cast on new things because there's just so many beautiful new things that I'd love to do. And I have enough yarn to start a whole boatload of beautiful things to knit or crochet. So that is it for my knitting content this week. Life stuff. I have 2 virtual conference things going on this week coming up. One of them runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think it runs from something like 9 or 10 in the morning till 5 or 7 in the evening. They're long days. Wednesday will be shorter because that'll be the last day of the conference. They had an option with this conference if you wanted to travel to the conference in person, or for a lot less, you could join the conference virtually. There's not as much available to you. There's not as many sessions that are available, but there's plenty to see and listen to. So what I think I will be doing for that is knitting. Who's surprised there? I plan on having my knitting with me. So Monday during the conference time, I will be working on my Barley Corn socks. And on Tuesday and Wednesday during the conference, I will work on my mystery shawl and see how much of that I can get done. Then on Thursday, I have a different virtual conference, and that's just I think that one only runs from 1 till 4 or 5. It's just a shorter one. And same thing, I will have my knitting with me because I'm not on camera at any time during this. Any of the questions you just kind of type into the chat or the question box on Zoom. So I'm able to happily knit my way through this. I will have a pen and a pad of paper beside me to jot down any notes for things that I want to take note of, because there are often a lot of things I'm interested in making further notes about and to check on later, or different things, just to remind myself of what was going on in any particular conference session. So I'm easily able to like drop my knitting and jot down some notes as needed. So that's what I'll be doing most of this week. Friday and Saturday, the hubby and I think we're going to go to a nearby town. It's about a little over an hour's drive from here. And they're having a huge book sale. They're advertising it as one of the largest on the East Coast, which you've got 2 academics. Yeah, myself and the hubby let us loose with a ton of books. We're happy campers. I'll be looking for knitting and crafting books, of course, and other things. I'll be wandering around seeing what kind of good stuff I can find out. So that runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're not available on Sunday for that, but we're thinking of driving down there. It only runs from like 4 till 8 on Friday, then all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So we're thinking of driving down there Friday afternoon, checking out the book sale in the afternoon. We might pay the extra to get an early pass and get in earlier on Friday. We might do that. We'll see. Then we're gonna find a hotel, or we'll book a hotel someplace fairly close to the book sale, spend the night, and then go back and spend the day there on Saturday before we head back home again. So it sounds like a fun way to spend part of the weekend. So we're both really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And other than that, I've been trying to organize plans to go travel to visit my family in Canada in July sometime. End of July, last 2 weeks to the first week or two of August, someplace in that range. Planning on going up to Manitoba in Canada to visit my mom, my sister, my niece, the rest of the family, that any family I can catch up to while I'm there. I'm just trying to figure out travel plans, because since all of these shenanigans with quarantines and travel is just not as easy as it used to be. Flight combinations I was looking at that I used to take and were nice and handy and convenient no longer exist. I've got fears and concerns that potentially flights might get canceled on me at the last minute. I've considered taking the train, which would take, I would leave, for example, on a Monday early afternoon and get somewhere closer to home on Wednesday early morning. But then I have to get from North Dakota up to Manitoba. Renting a car is just out of the question expense-wise. It's just far too expensive to rent a car. Trying to get someone to come from Manitoba down to North Dakota to pick me up. Either people aren't fully vaccinated for various health reasons, or they don't have a valid passport to allow them to cross the border easily. So I'm not sure if that will work. So I'm still trying to work out the details. I think I might have also found a flight combination that's not quite as convenient as it used to be, but might work. I don't know, we'll see. And that'll be all day, because it will be going from, I'd be in 4 different airports. So three flights. Yeah, 3 flights. With 3 or 4 hour layovers in each of the airports. So I think that the day would be something like 16 hours. I would leave at 6 or 7 in the morning, not arrive at my destination till 8 in the evening. So it would make for a long day traveling, but the train would also. Anyway, so I was just kind of trying to figure that out. I have no idea exactly how it's going to work, but I have not been home to visit family since Christmas of 2019. It's way too long since I've seen my mom. I gotta go home. I want to go home. I want to go and visit. And it will give me lots of time to knit while I'm traveling. So it'll all work out. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to quit rambling. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to talk this long. I get paid to talk for a living, so I can talk. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to get back to working on my mystery shawl and see if I can get that 3rd clue finished up so I can work on my socks afterwards. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you guys again in a week. Bye!